Boom, there we are. Okay. Welcome.
Hey.
No viewers, and that's okay. This is Random Thoughts from a Ghetto Nerd. I am your friendly neighborhood Ghetto Nerd. This is my brother from another mother, Elements 11 RMK, and this is episode 2.
Yeah.
So, getting a little bit more legit.
Slowly.
Well, slowly but surely. We've got a handful of shit to talk about today. We're going to start off, kicking off, talking about gaming as usual, because we had Summer Game Fest recently. We had all of the big three, Nintendo, Sony, and Xbox have all done their events for gaming and what they're coming out with this year and in the near future. So we've got a lot to break down on that. We got hopefully we'll be having a special guest pop in here soon. My big sis Joanna from Covetous Screams is gonna holler at us for a minute and talk about Ghouliecon 2024, which will be coming up in 2 weeks down in Covington, Kentucky, right over across the bridge. If you're in the greater Cincinnati area and you love anything related to horror movies and have always wanted to come to a convention, absolutely come on down. I'll put a link somewhere at the end of this to get tickets and get more information, and hopefully we'll have her on soon to talk more about that. But until we figure out all of that, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. It was, like I said, Summer Games Fest.
Yes.
And there was a lot of meh, but a lot of woes. And
especially from the Keeley event.
Yeah, overall we got a bunch of shit, honestly.
Pretty much everybody had an event, which was good. I mean, even like some of the people who make the games, like your Ubisoft and EA, they had little things, mainly showing stuff we already seen, like that Star Wars Outlaws game.
Yeah,
we saw that at a couple events though.
Yeah, we have, but we've slowly seen a little bit more of it because they had the first initial big reveal, then they had that one big gameplay reveal like toward the beginning of this year or late last year. And so we're getting more pieces of it. I'm kind of excited for that. I'm keeping my expectations low because I try to do that a lot these days with a lot of things. But overall, it looks interesting. I'm excited to see a Star Wars game that is more of a just kind of a roguelike open world type of a Star Wars game that we really haven't seen since like KOTOR or stuff like that, and that's hard to even compare.
The Jedi games are really good. The Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order.
Absolutely great.
But they're their own
linear.
Beast.
They're pretty linear. Survivor did better at giving you more freedom and more openness.
I'm still at the beginning of that.
Yeah, my buddy Game shared it with me when it came out, and I played almost all of it, and then I just kind of fell off of it.
That's what I heard from a lot of people.
It's been weird because it's hard to explain, honestly. It's fun. They're really good games, and I really like the story, and the gameplay is fun.
That's surprising because they're Souls-like, but you like it.
I know. Well, because it's a Souls-like with a fucking meter. Like, why if you'll just play on story mode, which just makes you like, because that's the whole point of playing that anyway. I'm a fucking Jedi. I want to be a badass. But and then you can crank it up. So I always kind of go in the middle where it's like just difficult enough to get irritated with, but
it's fair,
satisfying enough when I beat it. Yeah.
Because you got to challenge yourself a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm not a puss.
But you don't want Dark Souls level.
Right. And then let's see. Star Wars. Fuck, I lost train of thought.
We're talking about some of
the big ones.
Well, I mean, we have them lined up. We might as well get the video
Let's
started.
Go ahead and do that. Bow. Here we go. Let's go ahead and just bake that. Oh wait. Wrong one.
I know. I was doing that earlier.
Oh yeah.
Because he's just talking over it. All right, so
Power Rangers definitely.
That's gonna be good.
Looks fun.
Rita's Rewind.
Looks
looks interesting.
Yeah, I was. As far as Sony goes, it definitely is a decent. It looks fun to see that in a Lego aspect. Power World, I have really nothing to say on.
Honestly, the Lego thing is something I'm really interested in because, like, that's coming to Switch.
Oh, yeah, and that's the only version of, like, Horizon that's going to be multi-platform because it's a PlayStation exclusive. Yeah.
We're probably going to talk over a lot of this and just talk about the highlights because
it's a good thing.
Hyperlight Breaker looks good. Hyperlight Drifter was a really good indie game, so it's cool to see that they're getting, like, a sequel to that. Don't know what that is.
Yeah.
My problem with the Keighley Fest is they always the games always look samey. And the ones that really like pop
stand
out are the ones that look different, like Rita's Revenge or the Lego game. Like, come on.
Right.
I think
for sure.
I think Sony was first. That's why we knew about the Lego game.
Yeah.
And then we saw it here.
Yeah.
And then we saw
was that at Sony or was that at Ubisoft?
That was at Sony originally.
Okay. Because Ubisoft owns Horizon too, don't they? Or no?
That's a fully owned by
Sony game. Okay. I stand corrected.
There's one of their entities they own.
That looks like a Souls-like game.
Like,
what is it with all these new, like, the fucking covers of just the character and a sword and, that's the cover of the game. Like, Naked Jakey did a fucking video about that. Shout out one of my favorite YouTubers, Naked Jakey. He did a video about, like, how video game box art, it looks Overwatchy.
It looks very Overwatchy.
But he did
Valorant.
Okay.
That looks... Oh, I've heard good things about Valorant.
But Jakey did a video about how video game box art got so lazy in the last decade or more.
Alan Wake 2 looks really good. This looks interesting.
Another franchise I haven't really been able to touch.
I love how fast it's going. We can
I know. I forgot we have it on speed. Grave Seasons.
But it's good. It helps.
Yeah. Grave Seasons looks interesting.
Some of these look really good. That's
Ouija board. Hello.
Oh, yeah. This is... Oh.
Whoa, what was that?
Oh, God.
The simulation. Those all look like the same game, but different.
These are all made by the same company.
Studio?
It's a movie horror company.
Okay.
Oh, Blumhouse. You ever heard of Blumhouse?
Oh, yes, I have.
They're making games now, and these are all the games they're making. All these horror games we're seeing.
That's sick, bro. That's hella dope.
That was a big thing that came out from Summer Games Fest was the
like
Blumhouse
fucking game studio type thing.
Yeah, they got a bunch of different studios under their helm, and this is one of their other games they're making.
That's fucking wild.
Why does? Oh no, that was Slitterhead.
Oh, Batman.
Correction.
I saw Batman.
That is not being made by them. That's being made by somebody else.
Okay. Good catch.
This is the Batman VR game.
Yeah. That's cool, but I have no interest in anything VR at this point. Arkham Shadow. Are you sure that was VR?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want a VR headset, but if I'm going to get one... Yeah, see Outlaws, there it is.
Damn, August? I didn't know it was coming that fast.
Dude, a lot of good games are coming out soon.
Yeah, man.
My wallet's going to hurt.
Oh, boy. Well,
Black Myth Wukong.
Wukong sounds really interesting.
It does,
to me.
Yeah.
But I also love like ancient, like mythological story type things like that too. And then because it's an old school Chinese
myth,
like
old school Elder Scroll vibes.
Yeah, I was about to say that's what.
Okay.
Dark and darker. It looks like
I'd fuck with it.
Definitely looked like a Morrowind type of game.
Yeah, Morrowind, Oblivion, maybe somewhere in between those two.
That's the vibe that I was getting off.
Yeah.
What is this?
Dune. They're making a Dune game. I heard about that.
Oh, that's trippy.
Yeah.
What is this?
PC games are very.
Because
I'm new to PC gaming, right? So I'm coming with.
I keep hearing
New World. I've heard of New World. Warhammer looks good. It gives me old school Gears vibes.
See, that's a franchise I've seen a lot of different stuff about. I only know about it as a tabletop. Oh, what is this?
Oh, I remember this looking good.
This looks like Ghost of Tsushima style.
That's like gonna be something we're gonna see a lot now.
Yeah, that whole franchise, like that whole genre, has kind of been taking over. The whole
every couple of years something takes
game
over. Yeah, Phantom Blade. That was their one more thing. They said there wasn't gonna be a one more thing at Summer Games Fest, and that's what they showed at the very end. So they really didn't have a one more thing.
Okay.
I mean, it's cool looking, but it's not one more thing worthy.
Yeah, one more thing. Like, Old school Jackie Chan adventures.
Well, you know, because, like, Nintendo does that, and they show us, like, a new Zelda, or, like, something fancy.
Yeah,
or
right.
Xbox does it, and they show us something...
Speaking of fucking Zelda,
We're not there yet.
I know.
God, it's still going?
I know.
I mean, it was an hour...
This is all the meh. We're getting the meh out first.
That's my problem with the Keighley Awards and the Keighley Showcase. It's a... Shout out to the man for giving all these indie people a platform to show their thing.
Absolutely, for sure. Especially since,
it doesn't need to be this long.
No.
Or cut it up into, like, an indie showcase and then a
mainstream showcase or something.
You could have Summer Games Fest for the indies and then Summer Games Fest live.
Right.
But the problem is then you're acting like the indies are lesser.
Yeah, well, and then, see, here's the thing with that. Like, that's... I wouldn't take it that way, but you know people will take it that way.
Because I love an indie
I
world.
remember that little... Oh,
this
I
was
do
the
remember
skate.
this.
The
skate, yeah, the
yeah.
pre-alpha.
Yeah.
Like, bro, come the fuck on, EA.
Oh, God.
I heard that they're gonna make that, like, a free-to-play game. Like the new skate.
He's passing the doobie.
I don't know what the fuck that's about.
He was passing the doobie.
Oh, okay. Trippy. The finals. It's good to see that they're still doing something for that. I haven't played that since it came out. Battle Aces.
Hey. Okay. No. This was big. This was big. They gave us a release date.
I didn't know we didn't have a release date already.
Well, it happened then. It's October something.
Yeah.
Sparking Zero looks so good. Like, you know,
does.
I'm mad about that too.
About the fucking.
I'm mad about it too.
Why is it that all of these game companies are getting rid of fucking same console couch co-op type of gameplay?
Because how often do you have friends over to play? I know. I'm here right now.
I mean,
but to be fair, during the week. Right? It's not like we were kids.
I know, but still, like
I know
to act like we wouldn't.
I am
like,
on your
team, and that's such a easy feature. Like, why is that? Like, I don't understand why that. There's no way that they're saving lots of money by not having that feature.
I feel like I think it ended.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was Summer Games Fest. It was. It was okay.
It was a thing that happened. Skip to just make sure we're not missing anything.
I'm trying to, yeah, okay. So we can close that tab.
Moving on to
the Sony
State
of Play.
State of Play.
Right there. Yeah. Okay, so like,
see, Sony, I feel like
Sony
individually out of the three was the one that I was least excited about.
Well, no, I was excited to see something from Sony because, you know, I don't have a 5.
Yeah.
But I want a reason to want a 5.
I know, and that's been a big issue, I feel, in the last couple of years.
Like, you're telling me the only thing I get to be excited for is Spider-Man 2, which I'm excited for Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, you should be. But at the same time...
That's it?
Yeah. Like, one single-player game is not an excuse to get a whole brand new new
And you
console.
can't even say Helldivers because I can play that on my computer.
Exactly.
PSVR 2
looks
great,
cool. Don't get me wrong.
And look, my thing is PSVR 2 looks cool.
Yeah, but again, that's like a whole other console.
But it's $600!
Like, yeah, the PSVR is exactly as, if not more expensive than a 5.
It's more expensive.
It's stupid. It's absolutely asinine.
I did, a couple months back, I did the math. I put together a cart on Sony with...
I think I remember you telling me about this.
It was the PS5, PSVR 2.
Yep.
You know, like if you want to get into the environment, you want to get like your extra controller, chargers, blah, blah, blah,
a good amount of like what
stuff.
You would feel comfortable with having everything and not needing anything for a while.
Right, just do one big lump purchase.
Yep. and then you'll be set for a while.
It was like $1,300. It was like, okay, I could do that, or this is coming from PC Kemper now.
Yep.
Just go buy a computer for less. For less. Honestly. And you can do more. That's what's upsetting me. Is like this new generation of consoles doesn't seem like it's worth getting into. It seems like this generation. What is this, Concord? Is this Concord?
I don't know.
This is Concord.
What is Concord?
Overwatch for Sony.
Oh.
Yeah, this was supposed to be like a big thing. It looks god awful.
Really?
Who wants this?
I mean, we have enough of these kinds of games.
Hero shooters are overdone.
Like,
Overwatch did it, and they did it good. And you have a couple.
They did it to death.
And then you got a couple that stand out. Like you got your Valorants and stuff. This is just Sony trying to chase a wave that is dead.
Yeah. I mean, hell.
Okay, this was semi-big, but I could really care less about this.
This is DLC, or...
Nope, this is it coming to PC.
Oh, that's all?
This is all it is.
It's just,
coming
hey, remember this game that was really big that we've already done?
Remember Ragnarok? Remember when we released it and everybody loved it? Well, guess what? You can play it on your Pooter now.
Right.
Like, okay, cool. That's really cool. That's an email.
Yeah. That's a... Oh, coming to... That's not a... This is a summer announcement.
Okay, now this is big.
This was worth a big reveal. Yeah.
I just wish it looked better.
Silent Hill is a huge franchise.
I wish it looked better visually because some of the visuals look a little funky.
Really?
Like, look at her face.
I mean,
this is a PS5 game. Look at her face.
Yeah.
This is a PS5. Come on.
Like that looks like.
It looks good.
That looks like Resident Evil 4.
On the GameCube.
On the GameCube. Yeah. Or
This is a PlayStation 2 game. This is a PlayStation
like,
2 game that they're remaking. Yeah. Absolutely get it. Because I've never played.
I never got to play the originals.
No, and now they're overpriced.
Yeah.
I went to a game store. They had 1 and 2. They wanted $160 for 1 and $120 for 2. And I said, I will wait for the remake.
Yeah.
They laughed when I said that, but
right.
We all know.
I mean, here it is. Just give it a little bit of time. They'll do a 1 and 2 remake pack. On the top one?
The bottom. It's just... See how the green bar... Yeah. There you go. This is a good game. This is a really good game. But...
What is it?
It's Until Dawn.
Oh, okay.
It is a choose-your-own-adventure horror game. You choose everything that happens. You get a choice between two things. And your choices matter up until the very end.
Okay.
She has other tech things.
A little bit.
If she can just do Discord on her phone.
That's what I'm telling her.
And then we can do everything from there. This looks Dead Space. Oh, it's VR 2. That's the thing. I could care less. Oh, it's Alien. Is it Alien? It is Alien.
It is Alien, but look how bad that looks.
I know. That's my problem with VR. Like, it's real hit or miss.
There's some VR games that look like, holy shit, I'm jumping into something. And then there's games like that look like a PS2 game.
If they could bring Half-Life Alyx to PSVR 2, that would be worth it.
I heard that was really good.
We can get things set up and ready to go.
Half-Life was a really good franchise.
Half-Life Alyx is like the pinnacle of VR.
My mom's ex-girlfriend played the fuck out of like 1 or 2 on PC back in the day.
Yeah.
Like she had that on the fuck computer. It was like it starts with a C. I can't remember what the fuck.
Commodore?
No.
Was it the kind of computer?
I think, yeah. Yeah, like the brand. It was like red lettering.
Oh yeah, they're making a Marvel
hero shooter.
Yeah,
game.
like come on.
Yeah, and then
You have 2 hero shooters in your showcase.
yeah.
But
Ooh, Scarlet Spider costume. That makes it cooler.
this looks this I don't know what this is, but it looks interesting.
I didn't even know that Marvel one was supposed to be a Sony exclusive.
Yeah.
That's
This looks like
Not
something for
interesting.
RPG enjoyers who also like kind of dress up things.
really cat shit.
Be nice.
I
like
that
some of
is me being nice.
I like some of that shit, but this is a little too much in my opinion. But then it also has like
On that
platformy
note-
stuff. But then
Yeah.
it also has platformy stuff. Like I
Test in Q3. Wait, so who's allowed to test it?
probably if you can get into the beta.
Like, that's interesting.
What you looking for?
That one's probably dead. Where about Lighter go?
It's over there.
Oh, no worries.
It was a lot of mid stuff in the Sony, but I will say, one more thing. Okay, Dynasty Warriors is cool. I'm okay with Dynasty Warriors.
What was there? There one
getting-
more I think was the only thing I was excited about because it brought
This.
back some. Oh yeah!
They don't, because the third thing with Sony is they don't really have a console mascot.
No, they don't. Not anymore.
This is their console
Not
mascot now.
anymore.
I think Astrobot is their best bet at a true console mascot.
For sure, because
he
it's
can
everybody in one.
He can embody,
All of the major PlayStation characters
In
would
his
still be
game.
unique and original.
and you see him, you're like, oh look, it's the Sony
And
guy.
I absolutely love the little game that they did for the 5.
If they do the thing, there's a
you know who that looks like?
who?
That monkey face. It looks like fucking Andros.
There's
From Star Fox.
All of these things are from Sony,
I know.
and some of them are for the Astrobot game.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't show it.
What was it?
Hold on. Are they gonna show it? Oh.
Oh. September 6th.
There's a scene at the end of that.
Okay.
Um,
We can pull that up specifically if you want
I'm
to.
gonna.
Cookie-cutter approach to
I'm
career
gonna.
growth and development. The roles within our wall.
My bad, I forgot you got a mouse pad too.
Yeah, you good.
What is this?
I would love to. Wait, is this
What? The announcement?
Where is this from? A month ago. Okay.
Yeah. And see, I love that they're leaning more heavily into this because
The thing I love about this is, I mean, look at it. This is like PS2 PlayStation coming out.
yeah,
And
because
this-
like this right here gives me Jack 2 vibes. Just because he's in the desert.
Just the platformer aspect of it, like
Yeah.
And look at that. He had his ride is a fucking DualSense that turns into a jet. You didn't see this, did you? Oh, dude.
This is my reaction because I haven't seen this. Like, oh, that's pretty.
Dude, this makes me want a 5.
See, exactly. And you remember the fucking the game that they have that's built in when you get the
Yeah.
5 that uses him and
Look-
it
hold on,
goes through
listen
the
to his little
GPU and
You hear it? I am Astrobot. Like, he's even got his own little tune. Come on, Sony, let's go.
bro, his hands look like Croc. You know that
It's an
old-ass
add-on.
Croc
It's an
game?
add-on. He had like an attachment for his
Excuse me.
hands. This is a true like, and I'm excited.
It looks dope. It
Yeah.
really does. I mean, the fucking
And look.
I know, it's
Nathan
Drake.
And then that's from
Astro
another
Drake.
game. That's from another game. That's
That's
Parappa.
Parappa. Like, it's so good. Reviving a PS5 that was dead.
That's his
like,
spaceship,
dude. It's so fucking epic.
dude.
Like, and I just loved how clever the first game was.
Because it's
And-
literally a test demo. That's all it is.
Yeah,
It's just to show you what your system
showing
can
you
do.
what your system and your controller can do, and it's like, why is this the most advanced game that you have
And then it's like I
that's
really like
using all of these features.
And did you
Why
like
are
Astro
no
Ball's
other
character?
games doing? Yeah, he was just cute enough to be like universally cool.
and he's
like,
got that color scheme to be PlayStation.
and that color scheme and that like roboticness and that just like futuristic looking thing.
I mean, come on, it's so cute.
To not be too childish, where it's like adults aren't gonna be like, "Hey, I'm not gonna play that." Like, no, I would fucking love to play.
Hold on, here we go. This scene.
We've got let's mark it here. We've got a PS3 right here.
Yep.
We've got a slim PS2 down here. That's a Dual Shock 2 controller.
This is the PlayStation Move gun.
Yup.
Over here, this is
that's a multi-tap
Yes,
for the PS1. PS1 or PS2. It's great. I would say PS1.
Another PlayStation gun.
That's a PS3 or PS4 one.
I think that's the fat PS3.
Looks like it. That's another black controller that could be a PS3
iToy.
or iToy.
Fat PS2.
Weird little gun thingy. That's a PS2 multi-tap right here.
PS1 over here.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's so fucking cool.
The microphone for PS3.
And I loved how they did that in the game that was on the 5, like the built-in game, because you unlock it as little mini trophies. Like, you unlock the original PS1 controller, and it looks like, and then as you're pressing the buttons on the 5, it'll actively show you pressing the buttons on the controller.
What's really
little
cool.
shit like that is just cool. I like that.
I think this is an endgame scene we're seeing, because the whole thing he's doing throughout this game is trying to find his robotic friends.
Okay.
That's why we see so many different Astrobots.
True.
And then they all have their own rides.
I mean, yeah.
Look at them all.
That's so great.
So yeah,
September 6th.
I'm probably gonna get one during holiday time because I think they're gonna go on sale.
Fuck yeah.
And it even comes with this. Like, yeah. So yeah,
They know what they're doing with that one.
Sony had a couple of decent announcements, and the Astrobot one was like, okay.
Now, moving on.
Xbox.
We're being hunted from the inside.
For Xbox show, I can give a fuck less.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, is Xbox
There we go.
Fuck you, Call of
No.
Duty.
Well, here's my thing. I'm a Call of Duty hater all day long. It looks okay. But
Now
this looks
This flew under my radar initially. I did not. Well, I jumped in the Xbox showcase after they had already
That's a
shown
shame.
this, and I didn't. I was like, wait, there's Doom? Doom, what?
Dude.
And I was like, yeah.
What's funny is that was in the
fucking
like
fire, bro.
that was in the like
Ooh,
oh hold on go to settings on YouTube,
yeah.
playback speed.
You want to go back to 1.5?
Yeah, just so that way we're not wasting time. For sure. State of Decay looks good.
That's what this is?
Yeah, State of Decay 3.
Oh, fuck. See, then I missed this too. Because it's funny. I was just about to bring that up.
You come in?
We print your brand on everything.
Dude,
T-shirts,
I
hats,
must have
totes,
come in
hoodies,
like
and
15 or so
really fancy water
minutes
bottles. So print your team's
after.
signature style.
Like,
So yeah, State of Decay 3 came on.
But see, that's nothing, though. Here's the thing that really bothers me about that. The last thing that we saw for State of Decay 3 was over a year ago. And it was that same kind of trailer, but even shorter. And all it was a winter scene of somebody walking, and then you see a zombie deer.
It's like, oh.
And then this is just another cinematic fucking trailer
Yeah.
that tells us nothing. Gives us nothing.
Yeah.
My bad for getting loud. Didn't
But
realize that.
That's Xbox's whole thing. They love to show us nothing.
And it's a fucking dick tease is what it is.
New Dragon Age. I don't like the way it looks.
That's a weird art style.
I don't like the art. I don't like the art style. It looks too.
Starfield. I don't care about Starfield.
I mean,
either.
it looks neat.
Yeah, but
Fallout
it's a dead
76.
game to me. Here we go.
So we're getting a map expansion for Fallout 76 for free, which I like. Fallout 76 has actually become a good game.
I mean, finally, it's what I've heard.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like
I
it came
can't
out. It came
say
out
anything about that
unfinished.
because I haven't played it.
You haven't played it. I
I've
actually
only played
haven't
a little
played
bit
it.
of 4.
So
Now that sounds
that's
really dope,
big.
though. Being able to play
Then
with a
there's a
ghoul is a
whole-
huge fucking
There's
thing.
a whole fucking like story part, that
And that's
makes
a
you
great
cool.
life extension for that game,
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Because more at this point, more before, like, I would say more people are still playing 4
this
than
looked
76.
cool. This looked really cool.
Yeah, Expedition 33. This
That gave
sounds
me, like-
really fucking interesting.
That gave me like Persona hack and slash vibes. South of
This
Midnight
shit I
looks
have.
cool.
Yeah,
I like the way they do the cutscenes where it's kind of like comic book stop motion almost.
I like the style of
yeah.
it. But I'm not gonna have great high expectations.
I have a medium expectation. I expect it to be a semi-okay game.
Wow, that World of Warcraft. See, this
I loved your
irritated me,
reaction
like,
to this
I was
during
like,
your
oh
your
shit,
thing.
World of Warcraft's coming to Xbox?
And
And then I
this
was
is an
like,
Xbox show.
I literally got some. If y'all fucking seen
That
my
was
other
so
shit, go to
good.
my other video.
But
on the
like good for
fucking
PC
stream.
people. But and they
Yeah.
do own it now, so they kind of had to.
Yeah, for sure. But like, fuck that. Give us.
No, let me
now,
ask.
This was huge.
No, I need to ask you something. Is this the first time you've seen this? For this specific finding out that this exists.
What?
Did you not know that this existed? This remake. Was it? Do you think this is the first time they showed us?
Yeah, I didn't know. Had they
We've known about this
already
for over a year.
Did we really?
Because your reaction was like, does
Yeah. Because I didn't know that they had already announced
Yeah.
that was happening. Like,
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've talked about that a
You
bunch
know
with
when
people.
we got the Metal Gear Solid collection?
That looks vague, kind of interesting.
Yeah, Flintlock. I think that's coming out very soon.
Yeah, July. I think it's already out, or not already, but it's out
Age of
this
Mythology. The Age of games
month. Yeah,
instead of Age of Empires.
yeah. Those look really cool. I never had a chance to really play them. I like mythological shit, so.
Now
I feel
this.
like that. Now this is this a Perfect Dark?
This is Perfect Dark.
Yeah. I got real hyped for this because this is a franchise that's long overdue.
Last time
for
was
a
what,
fucking-
Xbox 360 2005?
If that.
No, it was 2005.
Perfect Dark Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've had
So
two
that's
games.
like at 20 years at this point since we've really got a new installment that was updated and
Good.
it looks like Perfect Dark meets Mirror's Edge.
Yeah.
Literally. And I feel like that's what they wanted it to be back in the day.
And that's good because I've never played Perfect Dark back in the day. No.
I played it
Yeah.
like
Oh
multiplayer.
goodness, Diablo. This
Oh,
was intense.
this shit was a
This was
crazy fucking.
intense.
Yeah, this was some wild ass
Dude,
shit.
Diablo's so intense. I love Diablo.
I mean, sure, you get your mega fans.
Now Fable was another franchise that's long overdue.
I've got middle to high hopes for this.
But it's more than that.
I like what I'm seeing.
The choices you
Yeah,
I'm a hero. I should do what I want to.
it looks good so far.
I want to know if they're gonna have the good bad
That's
system.
what defines you.
I mean, it sounds like it. By it sounds like they're kind of undertoning
I'm a
it.
hero. I can
should do what I want. Yeah. That seems like a pivotal decision moment right there.
Yeah.
I feel like that was someone's custom character choosing one decision, leading her down
I'm
a more negative path
so
because it was selfish.
fucking ready.
And no one is going to stand in my way.
Because it was one of their, Fable used to be one of Xbox's flagship games for
Dude,
real.
fucking
There was
Fable-
like Fable, Gears, and Halo were the trilogy of games that Xbox really ran with from 360 into the One.
Is it just me, or is the time when like Fable 2 came out in that time of 360 was like
One of the best times for gaming ever.
yes?
Absolutely.
Because you had Xbox making bangers, you had Sony making bangers, and you had Nintendo making bangers.
Yeah.
Because they were in the Wii, but they still had what, Smash Bros, Galaxy.
Well, I mean, they put the fucking whole industry on its side with the Wii and the whole family aspect and that motion shit that everyone tried to emulate.
And they kind of hurt themselves doing that, though.
Yeah, because they kind of put themselves into a box
This year,
a little bit, and they've gotten out of that now in the last 2 generations, moving into the Switch.
Well, it took them an entire generation.
This looks really interesting too.
It's the people. I think it's the people who make
Life is Strange.
Yeah.
I believe that's what it was. Because it looks like the same.
And I think we got a Life is Strange game like right after this.
Yeah.
I want to play those games, but they're like visual novelty.
Yeah, and that for me, like I can
only do that so often.
For me, the most of that kind of game that I can do is the Telltale Walking Dead games, because they're just point and click games. And like they're cool, but like there's not a whole lot to it.
Like
and then the parts of them that are like regular video games are so clunky.
I'll say
like the actual shooting part in some scenes.
It's like a playable book.
Yeah, and I love the story and I love the art and how it works, but it's like that's hard for me to do gaming-wise anymore. You know what I mean? Because I want to play it. I don't necessarily want to watch it.
Yeah.
Unless it's something like Spider-Man, where it's like I'm playing and then now I'm watching what's
This
gonna happen.
is Life is Strange, and it seems like the character has some kind of powers.
Huh.
I think this is strange. I think this is Life is Strange.
I think it is. Like 3 or something.
I've been trying to play through that. You ever heard of Doki Doki Literature Club?
Sounds vaguely familiar.
This looks okay.
Yeah, it looks okay, but I have no real interest in it because I'm not a big fan of Indiana Jones, and I'm even a lesser fan of Harrison Ford.
Well, it's not Harrison Ford.
But it was.
No, it's not. It's not his voice.
It's his character, though. It's his likeness.
Yeah, it's his likeness, but you know who's playing him?
Who?
The guy who plays Nathan Drake.
No way, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I dig that. That's cool.
He's doing a really good Harrison Ford
Gundam looking shit.
We haven't had many mech games in a while, so it's
That's
good to
true.
see that we're getting some.
Yeah, I'm not hating on it. No doubt, no doubt.
Because it has just been Gundam, and we just got
another Souls-like.
Yeah, I've been playing through Elden Ring, so now like it's getting
Actually,
muddy.
you know what I thought it was? It reminded me of Jade Empire.
Okay.
Is what you remember that? It was an Xbox original.
Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Like I saw that and I thought Wukong Fallen Dynasty, and I'm like,
right? Y'all are just
what?
Yeah. Like who got their name first?
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, Wukong is legitimately pulled from an actual myth, so.
Avowed looks okay.
Yeah.
It looks okay. I'll try it because it's going to be on Game Pass and I have a computer.
I don't remember what this is.
Is this Avowed still?
It could still be Avowed. Maybe not.
Avowed looks good. That's one thing. Like but I wouldn't spend money on it.
Yeah, maybe. Or Atomfall. Yeah. See, these all kind of look generic.
And they all. That's my now.
This I'm genuinely kind of excited for.
Yeah.
Because we've wanted a like samurai.
We've been dying to go to Japan for Assassin's Creed
for years. Absolutely.
Like they gave us Egypt and Rome and fucking Europe, or not Europe, but the UK. Like, give us Japan.
Yeah, you went Viking. You know what I mean? Like, and finally.
And people are mad about it.
Oh yeah, Black Samurai.
Yeah.
Big butthurt.
Like, oh, sorry, your racism showing.
Like, I really don't care.
Well, as long as the story and the character's good.
Shooter.
Oh, Stalker 2. Okay. Who cares?
I feel like that's.
Oh yeah. Hey, have a digital, a bigger, but I do like that one. 2 terabytes with a Galaxy theme on it.
Yeah.
And then Gears. We're finally getting Gears back.
Yeah, the big Gears announcement
I like that.
was
That looks good.
that got me genuinely excited.
Are you going to get an Xbox?
No.
You know what you should do? You know what you should do? Just use the computer. Don't get an Xbox.
Because the girls play the Xbox, I play the PlayStation.
If anything, you can get a Series S for $150 during sales. Because you're not going to get Xbox physical games.
I won't be buying physical Xbox.
No, you just have
no.
Game Pass.
Well, and then I would just have put my account back on, and I still have a library that I should be able to access. For
So
the most
what
part.
I would do, when you know what I'm saying, get a Series S, dude. Because you don't need a Series X. No offense.
No, I really don't. Like I said, I don't really need any of them, just because.
Well, you've got the easiest option for Xbox games now, an upgradable computer.
For sure. And well,
We got one left.
last but certainly not least,
Started back from the beginning.
the strongest of the three.
In my opinion.
Big loud. Let's just mute that.
Yeah. This one blew me away.
Nintendo.
We already
had
knew
the
about
showcase.
fucking Horizon.
Yeah,
Lego.
we saw that earlier, but that's still cool. It's big for Nintendo to have.
This looks
it
like
because,
shit. This looks like garbage.
I got.
No, it looks like garbage. It looks like straight garbage.
It looks like lazy bullshit.
That's it looks like it looks like
It looks like a decent idea that they did not put enough effort into.
Now this is a fun game, and I like that they're putting DLC in it. Free DLC, I think.
Illusion Island.
Yeah, it's a platformer for Mickey. Mickey and
I'm
friends.
surprised that this shit's still going strong. Like I've never really played Among
I think
Us.
it's popular
I get the
with the
appeal.
kids.
It is definitely popular with the kids. I get the appeal.
I've played it. Have you ever played it?
Not personally. Like I've seen
It's
the kids
fun.
play it, and
It's
like
fun.
I've watched it be played. Like I know what it is
If
and
me,
how it
you,
works.
Zach, Heffa, and Josh all got into a game, we could probably have a really good time.
I'm sure we could, because it definitely has the potential for like dope shit.
Well, let's see if they show the songs. I love the 3 songs they show because I cared about. Yeah, Basket Case by Green Day.
Oh, true.
This
looks
This
interesting.
gives me PS1 vibes.
It definitely does, like Space Jam video game vibes.
Like, did you ever play those old PS1 Looney Tune games?
I don't know if I ever got to maybe.
But you may have seen them.
I know what you're talking about.
They had this art.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're just going back to this. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
Because I remember the ones they had on like Super Nintendo and shit.
But I feel
too.
like it would have worked better in 2D. We're getting basketball.
Maybe.
I'm excited for basketball.
Yeah, I'm sure you're probably excited for basketball.
We're gonna play one of these days. I bring it over every time. It's good.
May fuck around and play it before you leave.
This is big.
Yeah.
I already beat Zero
Yeah,
Mission.
I know you were hyped for that. Now see, this is perfect for us, so we can talk about why this is our background.
Yeah.
For the stream
Here, let's,
today.
So the big thing about that. Here, let's.
Yeah, just what you need.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
That's good.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay. So the big meaning to this is we got rated M games with Turok and Perfect Dark. They added a rated M app into NSO. We have rare games in NSO.
One of the most infamous, best, in my opinion.
At this point, we're missing 2. 2 big ones. You know,
Other than this?
Other than this, we're missing 1 big one.
What's the other one?
Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, rare game in general. Yeah, dude. I would die for them to bring Diddy Kong Racing to
That
NSO.
would be a good, like, maybe September Direct announcement.
Oh, dude. Bring it this holiday.
That's why it would be a good September Direct
Yeah, I'd be like,
announcement.
oh, you'll be able to get it before Thanksgiving. What? Let's go!
Dude, the September Directs
Dude,
are usually big.
They are.
But yeah, this...
That makes me, I mean, it's big for Nintendo to be having fucking mature rated games on it at all, let alone
Like-
bringing back big franchise games
And then
like
this.
these.
This is big. Do you know why this is big?
I feel like I should know. I
So,
feel like you told me.
You know, it's Link to the Past. We've all
Yeah.
played Link to the Past, but it's that thing underneath Link to the Past that says 4 swords.
Yeah.
It's multiplayer Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
4 players.
Yeah, that's insane.
They did that on the Game Boy, man.
Yeah, that's really fucking crazy to think about, honestly. That it was the Game Boy that they did that on.
Well,
Game Boy Advance, but still, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. In general, like it wasn't a DS.
And
like,
now we have that.
granted, they did it in the DS, didn't they? Didn't they have a 4 Swords on the DS?
They did have 4 Swords on DSi when you could play it on 3DS, and they had Triforce Heroes.
That's what. Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. Triforce Heroes.
But yeah, I already beat Zero Mission.
Oh yeah,
I already beat it.
fucking A.
I started Perfect Dark. I'm gonna wait till the remake.
Yeah, is it hard for you?
It's dated.
Yeah. I feel
This is big.
This looks fun.
I love the Mario and Luigi games. I love the one on the DS, Partners in Time. Literally, it was Mario and Luigi meets Baby Mario and Luigi.
Oh, that's.
It was great. It was great. You're not a big RPG guy, but you might like this. It's a Mario RPG.
Yeah, but it also looks like a platformer too.
Yeah,
So
they add open world. It's like an open world, explore the world kind of thing, and then the fights are like RPG fights.
That's really cool.
I have this pre-ordered.
I'll bet you do.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, this was a pretty cool thing in my.
What's nice is I can bring this over and we can play, because it has online and couch co-op multiplayer.
Hell yeah.
And I had to get the box set with the gold cart. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
This is big.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Nintendo's not doing this.
What do you mean?
Forever Entertainment is making this.
What?
It's a third-party studio that Nintendo hired out to make a remake.
Okay.
Looks great though.
Now this is just the original Donkey Kong. Okay, so
It's the Wii game.
they're redoing the Country Returns Wii game.
So yeah, Country Returns came out on Wii, and then it came out on 3DS, and
Yeah.
now it's coming out on Switch.
Wasn't the 3DS one the Freezy one, or was
Nope,
that the
that's
Switch
Wii U.
one? Wii U.
Wii U was Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
And then that got re-released on Switch because no one bought. That looks kind of good.
Huh.
I'm not really a Hello Kitty guy.
Yeah.
But like for Hello
It
Kitty,
looks like Hello Kitty meets Animal Crossing.
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
This looks weird, and here's what I was mad about with this game. They were like, it's the Denpa Men. Like we're supposed to know what the Denpa Men are.
The new Denpa Men.
I don't know what the
Who
fuck.
are the old Denpa Men.
It was a game. We only got one of the games, and it was on 3DS.
Okay.
I never played it. No one ever played it. The people that did play were like, Denpa Man! And I'm like, the fuck is a Denpa Man?
Right.
What the fuck is this? There was a couple... Like, Nintendo was the one that had the least meh, I think. Because at least everything looked kind of neat.
Face your failures.
I feel like Darkest Dungeon was... Now,
Right
this!
here.
My goodness! This is big. This is big.
This looks really fun. I'm very excited to see this. And I think it's dope that in the same year we got
It's a fairy.
a major...
That was last year.
Like, what do you mean last year? Peach?
I think it was last year.
I thought it was this past spring. It just came out this spring.
Did it?
Yes.
My apologies.
Aha!
But yeah, the two princesses finally get, like, games.
Their own solo fucking game.
2024 is the year of the princess.
Right? For sure, dude. Fucking great. I just think that's so dope. That's so fun.
Stray coming to Switch.
That's cool.
It's cool, but don't play it on Switch, guys. If you are watching this, turn it down. Yeah, you can turn it up somehow. If you have another way to play Stray, play it like that, because it looks.
Is that the Hobbit?
Yeah, they're doing a like Hobbit Animal Crossing.
Okay.
Sure.
I don't remember Tales of the Shire.
Sure. Why not? New Mario
Now,
Party.
The Mario Party Jamboree looks really fun.
Let's get lit. 40 part coin. Or
Yeah.
40, like that's insane.
That's insane. Like if you're able to do something like that, how big does that board have to be?
I'm excited.
You know what I mean? Because they would have to make a board that would be worth doing that on. Otherwise,
this
you'd
looks
be
interesting
circling
to
it
me.
doubly. Like,
This looks interesting to me. It's made by the Danganronpa people.
Yeah.
You've probably seen that if you've ever scrolled through Xbox Game Pass throughout the years. Josh is excited for it. He's hyped. This... I wish, instead of these kind of games, we got an actual Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
I would have much rather have seen Fire Emblem than Romancing Saga.
Yeah,
This is big.
I mean, none of these are really.
This is big. We never got
my
this.
Cup of tea.
This is Ace Attorney.
Oh, okay.
You ever play Ace Attorney at all? Or you ever see anything on Ace Attorney?
But I've only heard about it through you guys.
This is the bad guy attorney.
My attorney is Harvey Birdman.
Wow.
Attorney at law. Was this the final?
This was the final thing they showed.
Last
They said, we have one more thing to show you guys. Of course, IGN's going to show more. But this.
Yeah.
We waited
This man cried.
We waited 7 years. In 2017, when the Switch was announced, they said, hey, we're working on Metroid Prime 4. In 2017. And then in 2019, they said, hey, we have to scrap what we made so far with Bandai Namco, and we're switching back to Retro Studios. In 2019, in 2024, they finally give us that trailer and an actual release date, or release window.
Yeah.
This looks neat.
This does.
I like that Dragon Quest is getting some kind of remake because those old 1, 2, and 3 Dragon Quest are dated as fuck.
Yeah.
I have them on Switch. And, ugh.
I think it was interesting that the stories were done backwards.
I've seen that done in some games.
Yeah.
Though. Like Metal Gear Solid does that. I mean, it makes sense why they're releasing it like that, though.
Right.
Would have been better to have it all in one collection.
Yeah.
You know it's gonna. You know 1 and 2 is gonna come out, and they're
nickel
gonna
and dime the shit out of
They're
it.
gonna make that. I'm just gonna wait for 1 and 2 to come out because then they're gonna do a collection of 1, 2, and 3 all on one card.
Of course they will.
Because they already did that.
Yeah.
I think they're showing some of the lesser showings because this was a fairy tale game.
Yeah.
This was shown at the beginning of the direct, and I was worried that the whole direct was gonna be
anime bullshit.
just mid. I wouldn't be mad if it was anime bullshit. I would just be mad if it was a whole. Fantasian's big. That's the makers of. Or go see where the big hump starts.
Yeah.
Start right there at Fantasian. That's a game that was stuck on Apple Arcade. What's neat about that is they actually make the backgrounds with miniatures.
Metal Slug is a franchise that I grew up fucking loving.
It's devolved a lot.
It has, but that
This
looked
looked
pretty
neat.
fun. This gave me combination of Hollow Knight and like Inside or Limbo vibes.
It looks like a game I would fuck with.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely caught my interest.
This.
And then this is really big too.
This is big for a
This is the
lot.
first time all of these games are available together at the same time and brought back
physically.
Yeah,
it's not going to get delisted like it did on the 360.
Yep. Like spell like Punisher. If you try to find that game by itself physical,
It's expensive.
It's like $300
Yeah.
loose.
That's a good collection. I'm definitely getting that physically. It's only like $50, I think.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Yeah, that's a must buy in my opinion. There's a lot of must buys in that.
Mailers are a great way to package your
So unfortunately, our big sis is having some technical difficulties with her internet, and she, it looks like will not be able to join us today unless something changes. Oh, which? Da 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 da. Let's see. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Because I told her
We can just call her on Discord.
we could just Discord that shit.
Yeah.
The fuck up. But yeah, I had to shout that out.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my favorite games.
Never played it.
It's so fun. You gotta play it.
When it comes to Switch, I'm gonna.
I mean, if you want to play it in its original state, I do have that you could take home. And I know you got 64 at the crib. Yeah.
If I get I could stream it.
Yeah. You could. Dude, it's such a fun-ass fucking game, for real, man. Like, it's so...
No, I can play it. You know how?
Huh. Rare Replay?
Rare Replay.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you have access to that, that might be one of the best ways to play it, because it's really smooth on the Xbox, too. Like, the only way that I really, really would play Banjo at this point would be on the Xbox Arcade version that they did for the 360, because as much as I love the N64 and I love that old school feeling and stuff like that, the fact of the matter is that version is so fucking difficult, and it did not age as well. I didn't realize when I got the 360 version in high school that how it kind of like it's subtle enough to not notice until you notice of a graphical update, and then just like the engine kind of got to overhaul. It just feels more
my complaint
tuned for the 360 controller.
My complaint.
What?
It's just they took away the branding.
What do you mean?
There's no Nintendo on the branding anymore, and I mean I know it's not a Nintendo game anymore, but like it's just weird. And that always
to not see the big N.
And then Banjo has a Game Boy still on the loading screen on Xbox.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does. They kept that though, which is I don't know how to feel like. I feel like
we can give him a Zune.
Yeah, right. He's so fucking funny. Just picture Banjo as
just. Well, he could have one little scroll wheels. He's just going like this.
Yeah, that'd be fucking weird. Well, Conger had, I think, a little animation where he pulled out a Game Boy or something, like, similar to that. Because he had a couple different... He had a yo-yo, and then he had one where it looked like a porno magazine he was reading, and then another one where he was playing something.
Well, I mean, that's what's nice about them getting re-released on Switch, because you get to play them in their, like, originality.
Yeah.
Like, sure, it might be better on Xbox, but you get the original feel in the original game. I know.
I will say it's a lot more difficult too, because
not if you got the N64 controller.
If not even that, I mean because on the Xbox version it would have auto saves for certain things.
You can. Well, again on NSO, you can make save states.
Fair.
Yeah.
Because if you on the 64 version, if you do not get all 100 music notes in that level that you're in before you exit that level, they all respawn when you go back into it. They do not save. Even if you got 99 out of 100, they don't save. And the 360 version or the arcade version or whatever you want to call it, auto saves it when you go in between worlds and stuff, which is really cool. So that's a good little feature. Really, really good little feature. Alright, let me see if I can just do this. Oh, excuse me. Maybe OBS virtual camera.
Alternatively, we can just do this. Or hit figures.
Maybe. Technical difficulties, folks. No worries. No worries.
possibly. Okay, let's do this.
What's up? What you thinking?
On OBS. Turn the camera off. So right click.
Oh,
do we not know if we're still?
No, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
So we'll roll with the punches because that's what we do.
Most of.
So, in other news of nerd stuff, we've both recently fully seen all of the first season of the Fallout series. Which is
so good.
I feel like we briefly touched on that on the last pod because it was out, but we didn't really get to talk much about it because you hadn't really even got to start it yet.
Yeah, I think I had either seen the first episode or just had not seen.
Was getting ready to because you and Emily hadn't been able to sit down and plan it out. So that's an amazing fucking thing that we've been able to get as video game nerds to adaptations.
You don't usually get good live action TV shows for movies. For games.
Yeah, you really don't. And I can't speak on it because I haven't seen the Last of Us show.
I heard that was
But
good.
I heard that
good.
before Fallout was like the top from a very lot of people's opinions as far as
but I feel like
adaptations
that's also easy to make into a story because it's very story driven. Fallout is not an easy game to or an easy show to make a story out of.
No, not really. Especially like a overall linear story that most TV shows kind of have to rely on to push their plot forward. Otherwise, you're just, what are you doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, because Fallout is one of those games that you can very easily just wander, like ADD as fuck about it.
I think one of the characters in the Fallout franchise, like the players you play as, is named the Wanderer.
Yeah.
I think the Fallout 3 character is named the Wanderer.
I believe so. That sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
If not, it's something that they've used in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so like that's half the reason I never got through any of the Fallout games that when I actually played them is because my ADD just kicked in too hard. Like I would try to do a main mission, and then I would get sidetracked.
And
then sidetracked by my sidetrack.
The Ghoul said it best. The number one rule of the Wasteland is you will always get or you'll always have something else to do. Essentially, I don't remember exactly what he says.
I remember that line.
But it's always something will distract you. Always.
I feel like we need to find out and fucking play that goddamn clip because that's
come on.
That's such a good fucking line.
But yeah, dude, like it was surprising how good it was. They won't hear it.
He played that role.
He really did.
Too, man. He's a damn good actor.
Dude, it's Wally Goggins.
I always know him as one of the main antagonists from the Justified series on FX.
Yeah.
Fabulous fucking show. I cannot remember the other guy's name that plays the main character in that, Marshall. But he's another really good actor.
So this is what we're trying to say.
Bullshit every goddamn time. That's it.
Ain't that the goddamn truth though, man?
Too fucking perfect.
Too true. And that's Fallout to a T. You will always get sidetracked by bullshit.
Every fucking time. Every single time.
But yeah, man.
So unfortunately, my big sis is having super technical difficulties and is not going to be able to pop on. But I just want to give a special shout out to them again. The Coven of Screams, I will have them tagged somewhere in my description or in the re-upload somewhere. You'll be able to go check them out. I shout them out on my main hyperlink that I use in my special tab for local areas where I have Arcade Legacy and Watermelon Panda, which is wifey's business and craft things that her and her best friend do, and then a couple other like local artists and other creators and stuff like that out there. But Ghouliecon is the first of its kind, first annual to be an annual convention of all things horror themed, people that love horror movies, from Jason to the Terrifier to Freddy to fucking everything in between. It's gonna have people coming out from all over the country at this point. I don't know how many different states we have confirmed of people coming, but it's gonna be fucking great. We got content creators coming out. We have got, I can't off the top of my head name any specifics, so I will have to link it. I just want y'all to know it's gonna be fucking great. It's gonna be over in Covington, Kentucky.
It's closer to me.
Yeah, it is actually a lot closer to you, probably like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But it will be on July 19th and 20th, Friday and Saturday. I'll have more links and information in the description somewhere, but definitely if y'all are in the area, try to come out to that. It's going to be awesome. I am blessed to be a co-host with them. They're going to let me have a side panel, which is insane because I am not as much qualified as I'd like to be, and I never lie about that. Like, I'm a very, very ignorant to a lot of newer horror movies, and it's mostly because I just haven't had the chance and the freedom to watch them because of the damn kids, and my kids are too damn impressionable, and like, we're not like me as a kid and didn't like fucking scary movies and shit, so I can't even watch them moderately around because then they'll just be like, oh, what is that? So then I have to deal with all that. So, but they're on the topic of that, there are some newer ones that I've been really dying to see, and one of them, if you may have seen trailers for it, is Talk to Me. It's
that looks okay.
Where it's kind of like a hand thing, and it's almost like a take on a Ouija board type of movie, but that shit looks really, really interesting.
Have you seen Smile? I know you probably haven't.
No, I haven't. I remember when that came out. That one looked really fucking good.
And they're doing a sequel now.
There was a movie that I feel like was very similar to that came out a lot longer ago called Mirrors, and that's one that I think I saw it the one time, and it was so fucking trippy, and it was kind of I don't remember the whole premise for Smile. But Mirrors was kind of like an alternate dimension thing where you would look at yourself in your reflection, but you would be independent in your reflection. And like, there was a big trailer of it. There's one I remember, it was really fucking weird, but the dude was looking at himself in the bathroom, and then his reflection made him grab his own mouth and like rip it open.
Geez.
Oh, dude, it was wild. But yeah, so Talk to Me was one that is a newer one that looked really good. Oh god, there was a couple. Oh, and I can't remember. It's frustrating. But let's see, we talked Fallout, we talked Ghouliecon. God, where are we at here? Wrap her up here shortly. How do I see my...
What do you want to see?
Oh, we're at about hour 16. Is that what that is?
Yeah, hour 16.
Okay.
Well, technically...
hour and 8.
Hour 8 altogether, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha,
with just the recording.
Cool. How long did you want to make this guy?
This is about where I want to kind of have it at. So we'll wrap ourselves up in a nice little bow here because there's not too much more to really dive into. Like we said on the last time, fucking Deadpool coming out this month. Not much new to talk about that, but that's the only thing I'm really fucking excited for, honestly, above all else this year is Deadpool. I am so ready to see what they do with this introduction to the MCU, how it's going to affect the future projects, because I know you've been really burnt out.
I'm so burnt out
on like
stuff.
Marvel and Star Wars, and I don't blame you.
I'm burnt out on a lot of
I don't
general media.
Fucking blame you, dude.
I just
because
can't.
There's so much. It's hard with so many different things because there's so much oversaturation.
And the thing
is,
there's so many good things that are newer that are getting my attention more than the old stuff, because the old stuff just feels stale now.
Yeah.
That's why I've been playing more games and watching more anime, because some of the animes have it's the same kind of story or something I've seen before, but the animation or the story is good and it's different, or it's something that I don't know, it's not the same rhetoric overdone a billion times.
Right. No, for sure. I totally get that, man. And you wanted to bring up, speaking of anime, you wanted to talk a little bit about
Demon Slayer.
About your love-hate with the most recent Demon Slayer, which I am super ignorant to.
I'm gonna get him into it.
Eventually, I will. Demon Slayer.
I'm gonna strap him down and make him watch it.
Are my two animes to when I start a new anime. Those will be one of the first two.
It's helpful because
dive into.
Demon Slayer's over after the movies come out, and then My Hero's on its last season.
Mm-hmm. It's just hard because of everything else that the wife and I watch, and there's not a lot of solo shows.
You were able to get through
real.
Super.
Well, and she was still a little upset about me about that too, because she had put a little bit of I did that unbeknownst to her, mostly because I was just speed running it because I needed it for myself,
especially with me over there super stuff.
And I told her too, because I was like, which we're gonna go through it again, because
it's good.
I'm still kind of thinking about just skipping over Dragon Ball and jumping to Z with her, because we've seen a good portion of it already.
Are you gonna do Z or are you gonna do Kai?
No, I'm gonna do Z. I have to do Z. I'd like to do Kai for the shortened aspect of it, but I can't. No. I remember this. We've had a couple conversations about this before, and originally.
Oh, you're on my side now.
Originally, I was like, yeah, it's updated. It looks cleaner. It's less filler. And then I watched one episode of Kai, and I was like, "Are you? This is what Kai is."
Yep.
And I was like, "This is what you were talking. This is what Kemper was talking about." And I was like, "Nope, turn it off.
Kemper
turn it off.
lie.
That's not Dragon Ball. That's not. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it." And
Kemper
I'm like,
doesn't
I would
lie.
rather watch the fucking filler, just to see the real fucking dialogue, at least, and the real fucking special beam cannon.
Oh, you saw that, huh?
Oh my god! Whoa, my god. I don't... Yeah. What do they think that they were doing? I really don't...
They were trying to put it on broadcast television.
Nickelodeon.
No, broadcast television.
It was on Nickelodeon.
Well, it was on Nickelodeon, but
I
they
remember
also
that.
had Kai on, 4Kids. When it was,
But
when 4Kids came to the CW, Kai was on CW.
Okay.
And that's why it was like that. Because they had to make it very censor-friendly.
See, I remember some other shows being on 4Kids, though.
4Kids ruined shows.
That were... What was that? Oh, my God. What was that one weird Japanese wrestling show? Muscle. Something Muscle. Oh my god, the guy looked like he had blackface lips, but it was the same texture and light colored. That's all. I know that's a weird way to describe it, but you know how you know what I mean by how some Japanese characters and their art styles,
the art is very unfortunate.
It looks very similar to blackface.
It's very unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. Look at Popo.
Dude, have you seen the Boobits? From
pieces, yeah, I've seen little.
Did you see the one with Popo and Videl?
I think.
So Videl, it's when Videl goes up to Dende's tower
Okay, and Dende is introduced and it's like, hey, I'm Dende, or God, depends how, or Super Kami Dende. And then at the very end, he's like, oh, and this is Popo. And he's like, hi. And she looks at him and she goes, are you even allowed? Because, I mean...
I'll tell you where they're not. And she's safe.
I love Popo's reaction to that. He just laughs and goes, I like her.
I fucking love Popo in the abridged series. He's so goddamn funny. But I feel like Wife and I've seen enough of Dragon Ball to get, and enough of the original characters have been introduced.
Motherfucker,
at this point
you gotta
to
just get,
jump forward.
especially if you've gotten through model of characters, just go to Z, or just skip to the part
because
with
we
King
can always
Piccolo.
go back to Dragon Ball. I mean, I might try to do that as well because
you can skip the Red Ribbon shit.
Jump up to King Piccolo because that'd be that would be probably some shit that I feel like we would want to see before.
Are you guys in the Red Ribbon part?
Still,
because Red Ribbon's like 3 seasons.
Yeah, because we got through the original tournament, and then if I would have to take a stab and guess, I'd say we're probably halfway through the 2nd season in like actual order.
Motherfucker, just skip to King Piccolo.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna just jump to Z.
Because that's what it is. It's King Piccolo and then Z.
Because everything that I want to rewatch anyway, and that I want Sarah to watch with me, is mostly in Z. And I've been watching
the Super Saiyan moment, the fucking
Well, and I haven't watched it since I was a kid too. I think so. I'm kind of excited to rewatch it.
The 3 big moments are the Vegeta Goku fight with Kaioken, the Super Saiyan moment with Frieza, and the Super Saiyan moment with Cell, with
Gohan going Super for the first time.
Other than that, the only thing
Super Saiyan 3 was pretty big too.
That's not the big moment.
That was really big.
That's not the big moment in that season.
What's the bigger moment in that season then?
Vegeta sacrifice.
To Super Boo?
When he knocks out Goten and Trunks, tells Piccolo to take them away, and it's Boo, Fat Boo.
Okay.
And Vegeta says, I'm going to use so much power, I'm going to blow you away.
Okay.
And he keeps powering up more and more and more until he eventually explodes.
Okay.
To try to take Boo out.
But it didn't work.
It did not work because one cell was left of Boo.
And that's how Super Boo started.
No, Boo reformed back into Fat Boo. Super Boo was when Hercule rescued Boo
and got him super pissed
because it wasn't even Hercule. Yeah. Hercule was being the savior of the fucking world in that series because he literally said, "Boo, you don't need to hurt people.
Yeah,
you can just use your magic to turn rocks and stuff into food." He's like, "Oh, you're right. I can do that."
Mm-hmm.
And then they have the little dog. And Boo helped the dog.
Yeah, and then something happened to the puppy, didn't it?
A poacher killed the dog to try to get to Boo. And that made him go off.
Yeah. Because didn't he create that weird, older, angry-looking version of himself before Super Boo came?
It's because he was doing the fucking, like, steam was coming out of it. And that formed his anger.
Okay.
And then that...
eventually evolved into Super.
He ate Boo. Is what happened.
Okay.
He turned Boo into food and ate Boo.
Oh.
And then that's when he turned pink.
Oh.
And that's
so gray,
so
angry,
evil Boo,
angry
Super
essence,
Boo, Kid Boo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have Super Boo with his different forms.
Yeah. Which my question is, how did we get back to Fat Boo in Super?
Because inside of Super Boo lived Fat Boo. Essentially, if Vegito got absorbed, okay?
Yeah, just like how, because everyone is individual candy, and you pull each of those globs out of him,
one of the globs,
they reform, and
one was Fat Boo, so they took him too.
Okay.
And doing that turned him into Kid Boo. Because you took away that majority of power. Because Kid Boo is not as powerful as Majin Buu.
Okay.
He's just more crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
See, they always made the Kid Boo fights harder, though.
Kid Boo's not stronger. He's just more feral.
more erratic.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Yeah. He's almost as strong, but
super.
I mean, he's still like very strong, but it's just the craziness combined with that makes him more of a threat because he's less predictable.
Yeah, and Kid Buu, Super Buu is what Kid Buu should have been. Kid Buu was the original thing that Bobbidi or Bibbidi made, and it got basically nerfed because the reason Buu is fat is because one of the Kais got absorbed by Buu. I think it was one of the like lesser Kais.
Yeah.
He was a big fat guy.
Okay.
And he got absorbed by Buu. And in one of the mangas, he actually takes over Buu and says, "I will help you with my power, my godly power."
What?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I think it's in Super.
That's so crazy.
There's so much of Super they didn't animate.
Yeah. I did hear that the Super manga is still going.
If anything, they should just keep doing movies for it.
Yeah.
Just do a nice little hour and a half, 2 hour movie.
Every year.
Yeah.
Every 18 months or so.
Every year to year and a half.
Yeah.
Just do a movie. Because then, there's...
It gives us enough. It keeps it relevant enough. And you don't have to shell out the money, the voice acting, and everything else for individual episodes.
Plus, it gives you more money on your video games because you get more characters to put out.
Touche. Very true.
DLC, man.
Yeah. Oof.
But yeah, anime's been good. Demon Slayer, that season, it's good because it's a training season. So it's kind of fillery. But there's something big.
A lot of
montages. There's a funny moment in it that I can't bring up because it's on Crunchyroll and it won't let me stream it.
Oh,
I know. Lame. Yeah. But it's a stretching exercise and fucking Tanjiro's like, "Oh, stretching's not that bad." And then the Love Hashira shows him what stretching really is. Basically, let's do the splits.
Okay.
And he goes, "Oh yeah, that's not that bad." And she goes, "No, not like that, like this." And you see his face of pain.
Oh.
And it's hilarious because, she's basically a dancer fighter.
Yeah.
She's used to that.
Oh yeah.
And she's just like, "No, boys, not this.
Yeah, and it's like,
oh,
my groin.
He even says, "Stretching is hell." No, it was a fun little season because you got to see him Tanjiro, the main character, interact with all the different Hashiras and get training under each of them.
Okay.
And then the big thing that happened last season is something big happened to his sister, and his sister's a demon. Mm-hmm. So now the big bad is like, well, I kind of gotta find her to get her power because I need that.
Okay.
So Big Bad's been looking all over. They got her hidden where he can't see. Basically, if you separate Tanjiro from the sister, they're going to look at Tanjiro and be like, "Well, you always have her, but we're going to watch you."
Yeah.
And that's the
use her to get to you kind of thing.
Yeah.
You to get to her.
But he was smart enough not to keep her with him.
Yeah.
So that was the whole basis of last season they were actually trying to get their swords fixed, and they're like, "Well, you kind of got to go up to the Sword Mountain because they're doing their own thing and they're tired." Basically, the sword masters are kind of dicks. And they're like, "Listen, you've broken like 8 swords. You got to go talk to them directly."
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's being a dick. I'd say that's just...
And yeah, that's the whole reason something big happens is because something big happened every season.
That's funny.
But they leave it at such a big-ass cliffhanger. All the Hashiras and Tanjiro doing their fucking ultimate moves on the big bad, and then he goes, "Ha, you think you got me?" And they all drop into his realm. And they exchange some words, and then they're just like, "Cut. That's it. Credits." It was only 8 episodes.
Oh, that's rough.
Well, the last episode was 40 minutes.
Okay. How much are they average?
About 28 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big finale for an anime.
And then they said,
but
"Hey,
still 8 episodes for a season? Like, that's rough, dude. Like,
Meanwhile,
I can't believe, speaking of 8 episodes for a season.
Yeah.
The Boys
Was that only 8 episodes?
I always forget that every time a new season comes out and I get toward the end of it, I'm like, oh fuck yeah.
I think was it Fallout only like 8 episodes?
I think they had 10.
Yeah.
Or they might have had 8 total,
I
too.
can't be mad at them
We'd have
because
to
the
double
content's
check.
good.
Fallout, I can understand, though, because it's a pilot season.
Yeah.
And a lot of pilot seasons are lucky to get 10 or more episodes.
And like, I can't be
especially
mad at
for
them.
like 40-minute to like hour-long type episode shows. Now, if it was a shorter show, it'd be more likely. Because like the
Jurassic Park show.
Camp Cretaceous, yeah. Those started out at like 8 or 10, and then there's a couple seasons that are like 10 to 12 episodes, and then they fluctuate between like 8 and 13 episodes.
It's weird for an anime, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like that's really weird for an anime in general,
because like,
unless it's like a 40-minute episode anime.
Because like I'm watching My Hero too, right?
Yeah.
That has like 26 episodes seasons.
A season, okay.
Yeah, like I'm watching the newest
like 20, 30-minute episodes.
I'm watching the newest season. I'm already like 13 episodes in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and this one had 8?
That's so weird.
It was a good 8 episodes.
Yeah.
But goddamn.
But like I said, dude, The Boys is such a big fucking show.
Yeah, I would imagine that to be like 13, 14 episodes.
But they're also, I mean, this...
Aren't they like hour
This
long?
most recent season has been like 40 to hour and a couple minute long episodes. Yeah. Like, one of the episodes is like an hour and 5 or an hour and 8 minutes long, something like that. So, I mean, all of them have been 50-plus minute long episodes.
Yeah.
So I can't complain on that aspect. But at the same time, it's like, fuck, we can't get 2 more episodes? Like, throw 2 more on, dude. Oh, my God. Like, oh, my God. This season is not holding anything back at all. Like, I know you haven't seen jack shit about it, so you don't really know. But, like, there's... Because you know a little bit enough about it to the fact that it's kind of a parody on both our life as a society and the superheroes that we fucking made up and love. And, like, combining both of them. As if, like, social media and Marvel and DC were both in existence and real at the same time. And they influenced fucking global powers.
Yeah.
Like, essentially is what it is. It's like the Justice League is owned by Fox News. Essentially. And there's this character called Firecracker that is absolutely a fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene parody to a T. To the fact that they had a fucking episode of her, like, replacing their VNN, which is their Fox News network cast guy, because they killed him because he thought he was a leak for information to the main good guys that are, like, trying to kill the fucking supers and shit. And she literally did the whole Jewish space laser thing. Full blown, dude.
Oh my God.
Dude, oh my God, it's fucking great. Such a good show. It's such a worth a watch. Oh God. And there's 2 episodes left of that, so I don't know what we're gonna do with that, but I'm excited to see where that goes. I need to go back and rewatch Invincible, because that's another really good show, but it's been the gap between season 1 and 2
it's
so
too much
long that I forgot a lot of the stuff that happened when I was watching season 2. Like, they'd bring back certain, like, I remember Alan, who was the one-eyed alien that Seth Rogen voiced. I love him. Like, I remember him, but there was a lot of details about that side story that I forgot. So, like, he brought back another character or something in season 2, I think, that was from season 1. And I'm like, I recognize him. Who the fuck are you? And it's like, man, I'm going to have to go back and just watch it all over again. It's worth watching again, because it's such a good show.
And it's not long.
No, it's really not. I mean, they're longer episodes.
That's my thing. Like, it's like an elongated movie.
Yeah, and it's so good, too, man. It's really good. And I've heard people that have read all of the comic that have said the show hasn't even scratched the surface, but it's doing it so well, too, at the same time.
There's a certain scene I'm curious how they're going to do.
Translation-wise? From comic to the show?
Yeah, just because it's kind of brutal. In not a violent, kind of violent, sexual assault kind of way.
Ooh, okay.
Mark gets raped.
Mark does?
Yeah.
By Who?
Buy another Viltrumite.
Essentially,
she says, we need more Viltrumites. You're going to give me it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I feel like that might happen in the next season because they've shown little bits of more because they captured his dad and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And have you not? Oh, you haven't seen.
I haven't seen it, but
okay.
my memory's like
yeah,
spun, like
for
not
sure.
spun. It's a sieve.
For sure. Yeah. So that's. Yeah, because you said you had only just recently watched the Adam Eve special, which was really dope. So that's really cool.
That was fun.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put a pin in this. We'll wrap this up and put an end to this episode. There were some other things that we probably could have touched on, but
there's always episode 3.
Always more.
I mean, to be fair, the presidential race is still going.
Yeah.
We'll have another episode before.
Oh, yeah. We'll have several episodes before November. So
yeah.
We'll have plenty of time to talk about that dumbass bullshit. Because,
today was a fun episode.
We're team.
Don't re-elect
re-election.
Don't re-elect anybody.
But much fucking love to everybody out there. If you can, definitely try to come out to Ghouliecon. It's going to be fucking great. Shout out to Coming to Screams. Special love to my big bro over here, Elements. Definitely go and give him a follow if you don't already. Support us on all of our fucking channels. Add us on fucking PlayStation, Switch, or Xbox if you're ever feeling froggy. I should have done that.
Not this description on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I don't care about Twitch.
Yeah, I got you on that. And then I'm also going to try to start, like I told you, I'm going to try to start segueing streaming itself over to the Kick platform because I've heard a lot of good things about them. They're more up and coming, and they actually my good friend Brody Coyote, shout out Brody, actually is in the middle of a music contest that they're doing with some of their other creators on there for producers and musicians and singers, rappers, and stuff like that. And I've also heard that they actually pay their creators, like even the small creators that aren't hundreds and hundreds of followers, if they have anyone that's at least like actively streaming, actively engaging with people, they pay people like $16 an hour.
Damn.
I don't know how that's being implemented yet, but I mean that's a whole ass hustle right there. If you have even a small platform, you do have to get certain. You know, there's always going to be requirements and stuff just like Twitch does. But it's like
probably
how many hoops do you have to jump through on Twitch just to be able to make a couple pennies?
Flaming hoops.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm going to slowly start transitioning the little bit of an audience that I have and the following that I do have on Twitch to a Kick channel that I've made that I haven't done anything with. So definitely keep in mind or keep lookout for that. Much fucking love to all of my nerds out there. And keep it random. 43 the code. You can't be the bro. Squirtle Squad. You ain't the mob. You already know what it is. Much fucking love, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Hope y'all had a safe 4th of July. Don't blow up any fingers. All right, we out.
Peace.
Yeah,